Well, hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Amesie's Corner. I got this here. It's an '03 Blazer, and the heater core is blown out of it. Some days it's not all high performance cars and cool, glamorous jobs, working on Corvettes and stuff like that. Some days you get something that you just don't want to do. And today is one of those days. So yeah, I got to do a heater core on this truck here. Trouble is with the heater core, it is, let's see, right under my hand, right about here, which means pretty much everything you see: center console, dash, glove box, instrument cluster. So all has to come apart. Now the labor guide says this takes 8.5 hours, and it's probably gonna take a little more than that because it's older, it's rusty, crusty, all the plastic gets kind of hard. So if I don't sound thrilled to do this job, that's because I'm really not. I mean, I'm up for a challenge. I am, but some of my least favorite work is replacing a heater core. I kind of was hoping I'd come in this morning and I'd have a timing belt on that Volkswagen Passat we got out front. I was hoping I'd have that, and this would be someone else's problem. But sometimes you gotta take one for the team. You gotta just take one of these hard jobs for the team. I don't think Josh.0, the new young Josh, I don't know if I've showed him much on the channel. Only a little appearance here and there. I don't think he's quite capable of this kind of thing. So blah. At least it's not hot out. Well, anyway, that's Paul. Well, anyway, I'm gonna get this thing a little broken down. I'm probably gonna take these seats right out of here. I don't want this all the way in either. I gotta be able to open the doors. Oh, let me out of this one. All right. So I'm going to get these seats and center console out, and we'll get a better look at what has to happen here. Awesome day. All right, I got this thing in. Got the seats, interior pretty well broken down. Yeah. It's what time we got over there? Oh, almost 8:15. So I got about a half hour or so realistically, and to get this point, I take the seats out because one, it gives me more room to lay down here and get at stuff underneath. The other reason is if you look at the seat, it's got a tear in it, and I don't want someone to spend all this money on a job and then give it back to them with heat, but the seat ripped open. So one less headache, a little easier for me, a little less risk. So I got this panel all broken down. Maybe it'll just come out for me. Yeah, there we go. That wasn't so bad. So yeah, all this has to come out. So I'm gonna pull the radio. These come out pretty easy, just some bolts on the side, the cluster, just some bolts over there. If you were gonna do just some bulbs on one of these, you would take this bottom panel that's under here off, and it has 2 screws right there and one on the other side, and then you unplug like the headlight and the 4x4 and the rear wiper if you have its switches, and then you can get these bolts to get the cluster out, and then you can change bulbs in a cluster. But we're going deeper. We're going way deeper. So let me get a few more things broken apart here. Let me get that. I think I'm gonna get the cluster, the radios, the ashtray, and the glove box out next, and we'll see what kind of trouble we have doing that. Now I've done this job before on something called an Isuzu Hombre when I used to work for Isuzu, and basically an Hombre is an S10 pickup from Isuzu rebadged from a Chevy. It's the same truck. I had to do it I don't remember. I think I did a heater core once and some other mode door and blend door issues under warranty, and Isuzu warranty would pay for this job like 2 hours, to do this under warranty from Isuzu. But Isuzu did not treat their technicians very well. You didn't get paid for diag time. You didn't get paid to do pretty much anything. So that's a topic for another day. That's a topic for another day. But I'm going to get some stuff broken apart, and I'll see you in a second. All right, guys, I got all this stuff out. Boy, what a pile of screws that was. So hey, Josh. Get Josh over here. This is the new Josh, the real Josh. Used to have two Joshes, now we just got the real one. So, yeah, let's just carefully over the wheel. Alright. There we go. Thanks, Josh. Alright, and there's an S10 dash out on the stand. Yeah. So yeah, what time is it? 10 o'clock? 10 o'clock it is. Is that it? Yeah. So that didn't take too long. I still got to pull the box here out. This has to come out. Pretty sure I gotta take the wheelhouse out and the wheel out because it connects through the firewall. But everything went to plan. Probably the only complication this threw at me was it's got this there's like a cell phone antenna. And like probably that means it's got like a built-in phone system that was all just kind of spaghettied through. Normally this has like one big plug and all the wiring comes off with the dash, but because of that aftermarket stuff it kind of threw a little wrench. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make that work because the way they had it go through, there was really no way to take it apart without just cutting a wire to the phone. Oh well. So yeah, I'm about 2/3 of the way to the heater core. This is where the heater core is, right in this cover right here. And because of the cowl here, you can't get that out. You got to take that whole box out, but it bolts through to the whole HVAC unit out here. So I still got more digging. Usually on something like a Toyota Matrix, I think I had a video a few months ago of a Toyota Matrix. I had to do a heated core, and this was about as far as I had to take it apart and then just swap the core. So anyway, I'm talking too much, and I gotta get this thing done as soon as I can. So we'll see how long before I see you guys next time. But hang in there, and we'll get through this. It's not all glamorous sports cars and muscle cars and car shows here at Amesie's Corner. Sometimes we gotta pay the bills. So I'll see you in a minute. All right, guys, I got that inner fender well off. The bolts are all in here. You can see one there, a couple over there going down, and then the reason you got to take this all apart and open this whole inner fender off is because you got these bolts here underneath, you know, and you no way to get those without opening this whole thing up. You know, there's some under there that are real good to get, nice and rusty. And then once you undo all those, that inner box will fall right off, and we'll have that out and swap in that core. But yeah, this is a hell of a job. You know, this is probably one of the most complex things a mechanic can do, a tech can do, is mess with a dashboard. You got so many systems in an automobile you got to deal with. You know, you got transmission linkages, you got gauges, HVAC system, the airbags got to be dealt with. The seats come out with all of their pretensioner and airbag systems. You know, the inner fender liner has to come out. PCM, this is the engine PCM. I got just zip tied out of the way. The battery hold downs come apart. It's just tedious. It's tedious, and it's all broken plastic or hard plastic that gets here. You know, I already got one good wound right there. I don't know why I won't focus, but yeah, you know, usually you get scratched up pretty good doing dashboards. Everything under the dashboard is just razor sharp. All the little bits of metal, all the little brackets, like this bracket here. It's like razor sharp. If I ran my finger across that, I'd need stitches, you know. And you got to reach under these places and put your arms in them, and every one of those, every piece is just so sharp. All the ridges on that cast aluminum bracket there, just sharp, like little saw blades, little saw razor blades everywhere. But anyway, still digging to get the box out. I'll get those bolts on the front out. We'll pull this out, and I'll see you in a second. All right, guys, I got all the I think I got all those bolts out. There's a nice hidden one. See if we can see where it went. See that hole right with there? Hidden bolt down in there. Sneaky GM. So anyway, I think I've got enough out, and this thing will come out for me. Let's see. Oh, persuasion. Come on. Oh, there we go. Right, what do we got? A little vacuum line action over here. There we go. And there it is. This is about as far apart as you got to take them to get this AC unit out. And there it is. There it is. Let's here's the lines where the heater core goes into this box, and here's the cover. Let's see if we can do this. Yeah, you know what, guys, it ain't gonna work. Bear with me, just trying to hook up some air tools here. Oh, you brat. Alright, I'll put you down for a second. Alright. That's 5.5, these 5.5s. Yeah. Two, is that it? Two? It wasn't so bad. And there it is. There's the culprit right there. Let's not lose any of the little rubber insulator pieces. And there we have it. One leaky heater core. You can actually see it's all soaking wet right here. So anyway, that's what it takes to get a heater core out of one of these S10 Blazer small trucks. Well, there's the problem. See a lot of old coolant down there. I got to clean that out. But yeah, that's what that entails. So yeah, let me get the new heater core. I don't think we actually have it here. I probably got to order that. So not a big deal. Not a big deal. Anyway, I'm going to get this going back together. If anything noteworthy happens, I'll see you in a second. Alright, guys, well, it's a little past 4, and there it is, all together, seats all in, all good and everything working. You know, it says 8.5 hours, and yeah, it takes about that, you know, if you're careful. So only thing left to do is to fill the coolant. You know, we did the heater core. There are the lines right there, so we had to drain the coolant out because this thing had mostly water. So tool we have to use, that we like to use, is this this airlift here. There we go. And kind of a neat tool. Basically there's this part here that torques into the radiator, you know, as a rubber little expansion fitting. I've already got that tight because I don't think I could do that on and handle the camera. Basically this uses air pressure to put the whole coolant system, let's see, get this hooked up with one hand here, and this will put the whole coolant system under vacuum. We'll see, where are they? We'll see this radiator hose over here. This is going to suck right shut, you know, crimp right down. Same with the heater lines and everything else. So this is going to make a little hissing for about 30 seconds. Let me, I like to put the little air out into the coolant bottle area if you can. Maybe we'll just let it hang. So we take our shop air here. We open the valve to the tool and it spits a little coolant out at you. No, looks like there's a little coolant still in there, so we weren't able to get a full vacuum, but you see these lines sucked right shut. Sucked right up with the vacuum, and then we take our the air fitting off. And one thing I like about this tool is I don't know if it'll show up. You can see how it's holding vacuum. Usually we get more vacuum, but there's still a little bit of coolant left in the block. We didn't get a full drain for the heater core, but if this was dropping, it would tell me that. I think that'll focus better. There we go. If this needle was dropping, it would tell me that there was a hole somewhere else in the coolant system, and don't waste my coolant. But that's holding about 12 inches of mercury of vacuum, which is enough to top the system off. So we take this is a refrigerant bottle that I repurposed to be the reservoir for this tool. Normally it would have a pickup, and you would just stick the pickup into a bottle of coolant and suck it out, but this is enough that we can fill even the largest coolant systems. So we'll open the coolant valve, and then we'll open this valve, and as you can see, it sucks the coolant right into the system. And we'll watch the hose. See, it expanded now because the coolant's filling the space where the vacuum was. And typically this tool will completely fill a coolant system just like that, and that was pretty much all it took. Now there might be a few air bubbles because there was a little bit of coolant still in the block, like I said, but normally this will get every bit of air out of a coolant system. So let's see where the system is. See, nice and full, right to the top. No muss, no fuss. You know right away before you put coolant in it if it's got a leak or not, so I know this is good to go. So let's see if it starts up. You know what, I'm just gonna package this up. There's enough coolant in there. For frig's sake. Alright. Moment of truth, guys. Moment of truth. Let's see if we got power and fire. Look at that. Like it never shut off. Like it never shut off. So, let's go for a little ride. Well, it was an all-day event, that's for sure. Look, low fuel. That's my pet peeve, one of my pet peeves. Bring me a car to work on with no gas in it. Awesome, awesome. Race car. I don't know if you saw it, that thing had a giant intercooler on it. Yeah. See if we can get some, make sure the heat kicks here. There we go. A little bit of face action. Alright. Well, it definitely wasn't the most glamorous job in the world. You know, it's, I know it's just a heater core, but I'll tell you, there's nothing like a heater core to test a technician's abilities. I mean, you really have to know how to work around airbags, communication area networks, the heater control system, that's all vacuum and electronically operated. You need to know how to take this stuff apart, how to put it back together, where the screws go, you know, or else you get, you know, not only that, you got all the stuff, the customer's effects in the car you got to deal with, baskets, there's all sorts of baskets and just stuff in here. Well, I can tell you that heat works. That heat's coming up nice. Yeah, well, you know, sometimes you got to do the tough jobs. They're not glamorous, not a sports car, not something with a turbo, not a neat old antique. Sometimes it's just the, you wait your turn, you wait your turn. I gotta shut that heat down, it's getting hot in here. So like I was saying, sometimes you gotta you know, do the tough stuff to pay the bills. That seems to be a theme lately, huh? Dash glove box is opening. I wonder what the, I think I just got that that little charger right there. It's just holding up the glove box. Oh well. So anyway, I'm thirsty. I'm tired. You know, you have to, even with the seats out, I still had to contort and lay on my back and stand on my head and all of that and do curtsies and pirouettes to get the dash out. So anyway, I'm gonna burp this coolant system once, make sure it's fully topped off, and go about getting ready to go home and enjoy my evening. This all-day event, you know, kind of takes a toll out of you, physically and mentally. You know, all those screws and plugs and fittings and stuff. You just got to keep a mental tab on every one of them, and you know, there's nothing like a dashboard. There ain't nothing like doing a dashboard to separate the men from the boys. That's kind of strange. I didn't. Interesting. Looks like this thing has some sort of four-wheel drive issue I didn't know about. Well, alright, I gotta deal with this horse crap. Boy, it's whining like a mother. Well, I gotta figure this thing out now, so, you know, sometimes you take a... Well, maybe it figured itself out. Feels like it figured itself out. Way she goes, boys, way she goes, you know. Wouldn't be a tough job if there wasn't something right at the end to get my heart going. You know, I want to go home at 5 o'clock and eat dinner and relax, and it's always got to be some little thing that just just gets you going. Well, anyway, before something else goes wrong on camera. Till next time, guys, keep it out of the cabbage.